Hello again, everybody. Well, tonight's work, working on the ram again over on the milling machine. First thing I did was shorten it a little bit to get it exactly at 12 inches length so it matches up with its little steel bed plate. Next thing I did was to mill this 1/16 of an inch deep, 3/4 inch wide slot in the center, just for a better bearing surface for the screws that will go and hold the steel plate on. Plus, I wanted to make doubly sure that my through bolts were recessed here. And I say bolts, they're actually machine screws. I use these 1¼ quarter 20 flathead machine screws that I got at Lowe's, and they're nice. Let me show you the spacing. This is kind of what I'm playing with for the ram. So I laid out on a piece of grid paper. I left a wider spacing in the back because there's the little link block that gets fastened there, and I'm planning to do like Rick Sparber did and do a hole all the way through. More about that later. So you can see the center dots here. That was my original idea for a layout of the bolts that will go through like this, that will hold the laminated sections together. So what I did in the front, though, I didn't do this. I'll show you. I did more like it was going to be on the top. I put some 1024 countersunk socket head cap screws, and I countersunk them deeply in there, and I'll show you that in a second. So they're deep enough, pardon the panning, they're deep enough, I offset them off center, and they're deep enough that they go down through the first layer of aluminum, that first inch, down into the second layer. And then the top layer will be secured by similar machine screws that will come down, 4 of them in all the corners. And I'm planning on, I kind of like how this looks, the quarter 24, or not quarter 24, the 1024 countersunk cap head screws. So everything that you see is countersunk below the level of the flat bottom of the ram. So what I'm going to do now, I just finished installing the screws. I'm going to take them all back out again, put some Loctite on all 6 of them, or 7 rather, the 5 quarter 20s and the 2 1024s. I'll put some Loctite on all those and dress the surface down, file it down, make sure everything is flush with no burrs, and then probably before I turn in tonight, I'll go ahead and glue the crazy glue and clamp the steel plate on, so that tomorrow I can come in and do pretty much where these things are spaced will be the flathead screws that get countersunk and go into the body of the ram bed. Except in the front here, it'll be an inch back. These are a 1/2 inch back and a 1/2 inch in from the ends. So I hope that makes sense. If not, you'll see it in the next video probably. My plan is to get this done. You know, I'll work on the bottom without adjusting anything. I got my DRO all zeroed out so that I can lay out the other screw holes. I get the bottom done basically, and then I can flip it over and machine the top. Got an idea about a nice little artistic look, and then the bolt that holds that rod that we machined the other night, that's 3/8/16. So I'll have to drill and tap down there. I'll probably relieve the top around the edges like this and put the countersunk screws in. And then I've got some other ideas about making the body of it a little bit more artistic with rounded edges and so forth. So more to come. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll keep you posted.